The man who desired gold. Bansir, a chariot builder in Babylon, was feeling very discouraged. He sat on a low wall around his property, looking sadly at his simple home and his workshop where a half-finished chariot stood. His wife often appeared at the door, glancing at him. Her looks reminded him that their food supplies were nearly gone and he needed to finish the chariot to get paid by his wealthy customer. But despite his worries, Bansir's large, muscular body remained on the wall. His mind was slowly struggling with a problem he couldn't solve. The hot sun of the Euphrates Valley beat down on him, causing sweat to form on his forehead and drip unnoticed into the hair on his chest. Behind his home, the high, terraced wall of the king's palace loomed, and nearby, the painted tower of the Temple of Bel reached into the sky. His simple home stood in the shadow of these grand structures, alongside many other less tidy homes. Babylon was a place of both splendor and poverty, with great wealth and dire poverty existing side by side within the city walls. If Bansir had turned to look, he would have seen the noisy chariots of the rich pushing aside tradesmen and beggars alike. Even the wealthy had to step aside for the long lines of slave water carriers on the king's business, each carrying a heavy goatskin of water for the hanging gardens. Bansir was too absorbed in his thoughts to notice the busy city around him. He was only shaken from his reverie by the sound of a familiar lyre. He turned and saw his best friend, Kobbi, the musician, smiling at him. "May the gods bless you generously, my good friend," said Kobbi, with an elaborate salute. "It seems they have already been so kind to you that you don't need to work. I celebrate your good fortune and would like to share it. Please, lend me 2 shekels until after the nobleman's feast tonight. You won't miss them before they are returned." "If I had 2 shekels," Bansir responded gloomily, "I couldn't lend them to anyone, not even to you, my best friend, for they would be my entire fortune. No one lends their entire fortune, not even to their best friend." "What?" exclaimed Kobbi, genuinely surprised. "You don't have 1 shekel in your purse, yet you sit like a statue on a wall. Why not finish that chariot? How else can you satisfy your appetite? This isn't like you, my friend. Where is your endless energy? Is something bothering you? Have the gods brought you troubles?" "It must be a torment from the gods," Bansir agreed. "It started with a dream, a strange dream where I thought I was a wealthy man. I had a handsome purse heavy with coins. There were shekels that I gave freely to beggars, silver pieces to buy fine things for my wife and whatever I desired, and gold pieces that made me feel secure and unafraid to spend the silver. I felt a wonderful contentment. You wouldn't have recognized me, nor my wife, who was again the happy, smiling maiden of our early married days." "A pleasant dream indeed," commented Kobbi. "But why would such happy feelings make you sit like a glum statue on the wall?" "Why indeed? Because when I woke up and remembered how empty my purse was, I felt a strong sense of rebellion. Let's talk about it, for we are in the same boat. As children, we went to the priests together to learn wisdom. As young men, we shared pleasures. As grown men, we have always been close friends. We have worked hard and spent our earnings freely. We have earned a lot over the years, yet we only know the joys of wealth through dreams. Are we more than dumb sheep? We live in the richest city in the world, surrounded by wealth, yet we have nothing. After years of hard work, you asked to borrow 2 shekels until after the feast, and I must admit my purse is as empty as yours. What is wrong? Why can't we acquire silver and gold, more than enough for food and clothes? Think about our sons," Bansir continued. "Should they and their families live all their lives in the midst of such wealth, yet, like us, be content with sour goat's milk and porridge? Never in all the years of our friendship have you talked like this." Kobbi was puzzled. "Never in all those years have I thought like this before. From dawn until dark, I have labored to build the finest chariots, hoping the gods would reward me with prosperity. They never have. Now I realize they never will. So, my heart is sad. I want to be a man of means. I want to own land and cattle, have fine clothes and coins in my purse. I am willing to work hard for these things, but I want my labor to be... I wish I knew the answer, Kobbi replied. I am no more satisfied than you. My earnings from my lyre are quickly gone. I often have to plan and scheme to keep my family from being hungry. I also long for a larger lyre to make the music that fills my mind. With such an instrument, I could create music finer than the king has ever heard. You should have such a lyre. No one in all Babylon could make it sing more sweetly than you. But how can you get it while we are as poor as the king's slaves? Listen to the bell. Here they come. He pointed to the long line of half-naked, sweating water carriers marching from the river, 5 abreast, each bent under a heavy goatskin of water. A fine figure of a man leads them, Kobbi indicated the leader who marched without a load. He must be important in his own country. There are many good figures in the line, Bansir agreed. Tall, blond men from the north, laughing black men from the south, little brown men from nearer countries, all marching together from the river to the gardens, back and forth day after day, year after year. No happiness to look forward to, straw beds to sleep on, hard porridge to eat. Pity the poor brutes, Kobbi. Pity them, I do. Yet, you make me see how little better off we are, though we call ourselves free men. That's true, Kobbi, unpleasant though it is. We don't want to live slavish lives year after year, working and getting nowhere. Could we find out how others acquire gold and do as they do? Kobbi inquired. Maybe there is some secret we could learn if we asked those who know, replied Bansir thoughtfully. Today I saw our old friend Arkad riding in his golden chariot. He didn't look over my head as many in his position might. Instead, he waved his hand and smiled at me, Kobbi said. He is said to be the richest man in all Babylon, Bansir mused. So rich that the king seeks his help in matters of the treasury, Kobbi replied. So rich, Bansir interrupted, that I fear I would be tempted to take his fat wallet if I met him in the dark. Nonsense, reproved Kobbi. A man's wealth is not in his purse. A fat purse quickly empties if there is no income to refill it. Arkad has an income that keeps his purse full no matter how much he spends. Income, that's it, exclaimed Bansir. I want an income that will keep flowing into my purse, whether I sit on the wall or travel far. Arkad must know how a man can make an income for himself. Do you think he could explain it to someone as slow-minded as me? I think he taught his knowledge to his son. No, Masir, Kobbi responded. Didn't he go to Nineveh and become one of the richest men there without his father's help? Kobbi, you give me a great idea. A new light gleamed in Bansir's eyes. It costs nothing to ask wise advice from a good friend, and Arkad has always been a good friend. Even if our purses are empty, let's not let that stop us. We are tired of having no gold while surrounded by plenty. We want to become men of means. Let's go to Arkad and ask how we can get incomes for ourselves. You speak with true inspiration, Bansir. You make me see why we have never found wealth. We never sought it. You labored to build the best chariots in Babylon and succeeded. I worked to become a skilled lyre player and succeeded. In the things we worked hard for, we succeeded. The gods were content to let us continue that way. Now we see a new light, like the rising sun. It tells us to learn more so we can prosper more. With new understanding, we will find honorable ways to achieve our desires. Let's go to Arkad today, Bansir urged. Let's ask our friends from boyhood who have fared no better than us to join us so they can also share in his wisdom. You have always been thoughtful of your friends, Bansir. That's why you have many friends. We will do as you say. We will go today and take them with us.